What is up everyone, it's Lost Pixel here again, and welcome to another Destiny Rise of Iron video. Today we're going to be going over some PvP tips and how to do better in the Crucible overall. We're going to go through quite a few things here, so be sure to stick around to the end for actually the secret phrase that I'm going to introduce to my videos. The secret phrase this week is something that is definitely Crucible related, so make sure you stick around to the end for that. The gameplay in the background is some 2v3 trials that I managed to pick up at the weekend. One player disconnected on our team and we managed to do some good work, and there's some really funny ending at the end as well. So let's just jump straight into the tips. The first tip I've got for you guys is that you need to stay away from long lines of sight, especially in the big maps, because you're going to get sniped so much, along with the scout rifles as well that can pepper you. So be sure to stay away from that long lines of sight if you're not competing for them. For example, if you're running a sniper against another sniper, obviously you're going to compete there. But if you're looking to use a primary and running through the map, then make sure you stay away from those long lines of sight because you're going to get sniped too much. The second tip I've got for you guys is maybe an interesting one, is that don't be scared to actually run away from a fight, because yes, you might think, oh, I'm just the best at Destiny and I really want to kill everyone on the team, but in fact it doesn't work out like that, and you need to hide from some people and run away. This is because obviously if you're getting peppered by someone and then you kill someone and then you in another fight straight away, your armor is just not going to be back. So be sure to run away from those enemies and just get a quick recovery going and then go back into the fight. Don't be scared of that. It's not camping or anything like that. You just need to run away, pick your fights successfully, and you will kill those enemies and get higher up that leaderboard. So be sure to definitely run away for some fights that you think you're not going to win. My third tip for you guys is that always check your radar. That is something that is fundamental to being good in Crucible in Destiny, because the radar is such a helpful thing, especially since you can actually see them before they're actually on the radar, where obviously you see the red little marker before they turn into a red circle on the radar. So be sure to look out for that, because otherwise you're going to get snuck up on and insta-wrecked, obviously by the Matador, which is just a rinse machine at the moment. So definitely check your radar most of the time. Don't distract yourself too much from the gameplay, but definitely check your radar every now and then for non-sneaky enemies that you can kill. Also with that, you might want to pick up a weapon that has third eye on it, maybe like the Meter Multi-Tool, who has third eye inbuilt. You may want to use that to your advantage and just aim down sights and also look at the radar. That is something you can use successfully, and you may actually benefit from that. So my third tip for everyone is definitely look at the radar more readily, because you can get some sneaky people trying to sneak up on you and get those easy kills from the back. My fourth tip for everyone is actually check your armor setups, because this is a big thing that you can benefit from, especially in something like Trials of Osiris, which you can take advantage of and get your stuff quicker. So what I'm talking about is obviously the armor has different types of setups. You can have intellect, discipline and strength. So what you can actually do is get tier 11 and tier 12 armor. 12 is the best, and these types of armors actually max out 2 of the slots and have a small amount on the third slot. So basically, if you want an intellect and discipline build, make sure you're using armor for that intellect and discipline. It seems simple, but some people just don't realize that you need to have that, and you can get those supers really quickly, and also grenades really quickly if you're using intellect and discipline build, for example, and that can actually benefit you quite a lot, because obviously if someone's rinsing you all the time with their striker titan, then maybe you can rinse them with a bow, for example. Yeah, say if you have quiver on, and you can rinse 3 people straight away there. So make sure you have the correct armor setup for what you're going to go for, and obviously the opposite can work as well. So obviously if you use grenades and the abilities like the smoke, you can go for a discipline and strength build and just rinse with the wombo combos, for example. And that's a really good way of getting kills in PvP. So make sure you're checking your armor setups and making sure that they are infused in the right armor, and you can actually get the best setup available for your class. A fifth tip for everyone is that to change weapons on certain maps may seem a little bit simple and obvious, but people don't really do it. For example, this is what I'm talking about. if you are in the anomaly, for example, you want a close range weapon like the last word. But if you're on first light, for example, you want a long range weapon like a medium multi-tool. So you need to differentiate the weapons with the different maps. You may not know the maps if you don't play PvP that often, but if you do, you know which ones are big, which ones are small. And obviously hand cannons and things like that suit smaller maps, and obviously scout rifles and pulse rifles suit longer maps. Auto rifles are a little bit in between, and you may want to pick those for those mid-range maps. But maps, example for like Shores of Time, that you may want a hand cannon or an auto rifle for that, but also pulse rifles work as well, and so do scout rifles work as well. So that one's a bit of a tricky one, but all in all, you need to pick the right guns for the maps, because obviously you're going to get rinsed by a last word at close range when you've got a bloody scout rifle. So you want to pick those weapons successfully, and you will pick up more kills because of that. The sixth and final tip I've got for you guys is that if you're struggling with your supers, try a different type of super. So for example, if you are struggling with that golden gun, trying to get people quickly, then you may want to pick to a more defensive super like the bow, because that would be far easier to handle, and you can just obviously smash a bow off and get him in there and then kill him. They can work with Striker Titans, and it could work with whatever it can work with. You can have a Sunbreaker that you might not be working well with, so you want to go for a Striker and instantly kill someone. Make sure, obviously, if you're not doing too well with aggressive supers, be sure to stick to those defensive ones, like the bubble and maybe some self-reses going on there. You may want to stick to a defensive super if you're not too confident with those attacking supers, and build your confidence up from there, and make sure you rinse people with those defensive supers too, because obviously if you've got weapons light with the Titan, you can get in that bubble and just literally one-shot put someone with a sniper. So it is possible to get a lot of kills with defensive supers too. So make sure you're checking out those defensive supers if you're not doing too well with your attacking supers. So these are all the tips for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. The secret phrase at the end is Thorn is God, because everyone knows the year 1 Thorn was just an absolute rinse machine, and it was just so good. So be sure to stick that down in the comments if you stayed to the end. Anyway guys, come to the end of this video now. Be sure to like this video if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and I'll see you on the next one.